And welcome to the first episode of Vitamin M Podcast, brought to you by Lion Impact. I'm your host, Estevan Hernandez, and sitting to the right of me is the founder and owner of Lion Impact. Hey, Michael, why don't you go ahead and tell the people what is Lion Impact?
Lion Impact is a organization that we put together to get people to be the best versions of themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I like to use the Steve Jobs example a lot. I was talking to Cam earlier about this. And I asked, hey, if you have an iPhone, if you love your iPhone product in 1990 or 1989, if Steve Jobs decides, you know what, man, I'm not really feeling this iPhone thing. It's too hard, X, Y, Z. Your iPhone disappears immediately, right?
Yeah.
So because Steve Jobs decided to be the best version of himself, I'm sure there was a lot of things that, occurred in his life before he got to that point. I know he was fired from his original job, which that takes me back to another point about being persistent. But Lion Impact is pretty much, in a nutshell, about being the best version of yourself at all times, right? So that way we can get the best, right? If you're the best version of yourself, people behind you can feed off of that. So that's what it's about, being the best version of yourself at all times, whether it's on your diet, whether that's with your plans, your goals, your family, being the best father, being the best mother, whatever it may be, you got to be the best version of yourself. I truly believe in life that if you're not doing the best you can, you're cheating yourself and you're cheating those who come behind you. So in a sense, you're cheating me. If you have an idea or a creation or whatever it may be, and you're not attacking that thing, you're cheating me, right? So everything that we have today, everything that can help us set up, everything that, with our products and whatever we may plan to do, we're using people's ideas. We're using people's visions, right? So I believe that you shouldn't cheat yourself. You shouldn't cheat others. You should go out and get it. And that's what Lion Impact is about.
And speaking of that, we also, we got some shirts and stuff like that. And we got a lion on there.
Right.
You notice that? What
it's
is
a nice
that?
line. Your line's...
Yeah,
I like the black a little better. I think I might do that black.
Yeah. What's the lion represent though, man?
Right. The lion, I love this lion. Of course, naturally, the lion represents royalty, fearlessness, right? But I like to go deeper than that. Yeah. I know a lot of people have heard this story. I first heard it from a guy named Miles Monroe, really good speaker. And he talked about what made the lion the king of the jungle. As you can see, we put a crown on our lion here. What makes the lion the king of the jungle, right? Not that the lion actually lives in the jungle, but we're gonna go with the idea anyways. What makes him the king of the jungle, right? Yeah. So he's not the tallest. No. Giraffe clearly has him. Not the fastest. I think cheetahs go 75 miles per hour, right?
Something
top
like
speed,
that, yeah.
Right? He's not the biggest. Elephants are a lot bigger, right? So what would make this lion the king of the jungle? And Dr. Miles Monroe pretty much explains how it's about his mentality. Yeah. It's his mentality that makes him the king of the jungle, right? Because when he sees, for example, the elephant, he doesn't look at the elephant and start thinking of the problems of he's going to face approaching this elephant. He doesn't think, oh, well, this elephant's a lot stronger than me. One kick from this elephant, he can break my whole jaw apart, right? True. He doesn't think that. He looks at the elephant and he thinks, I'm going to need a bigger plate. Right? I'm gonna need a bigger plate. Yeah. Baby, where's the barbecue sauce? We need the big bottle for this guy. Yeah. Right? Yeah. He's already dinner. It's just a matter of me making that decision. Yeah. Right? So that line represents a mentality, right? If you have a mentality that you can't do a particular thing, you won't do it. And if you have the lion's mentality where you literally sit around and you look at your surroundings and you think everything and everyone is here at my disposal, and I can do what I want, when I want, and how I want. You have that mentality of that lion, you can't be stopped. It's one of the reasons I chose that line. When you're sitting at the table with a whole bunch of lions, it can be quite intimidating, right? Yeah. And the only way the lion's not going to eat your food is that you've got to be another lion. Yeah. Right. So I like to use this example of my cell phone, right? So let's say that I lost my cell phone and a stranger picks up my cell phone and they call 5 random numbers on my phone, right? By the time they have a random conversation with you, for example, by the time he or she's done talking to you, they should be able to find me and say, oh my goodness, what kind of individual are you based upon the kind of people I associate myself with? So if you are not a lion, I can't even keep you in my cell phone because you will be devoured, right? If you're a sheep or you're a chicken or you're a hyena, you're not going to survive in my cell phone, right? So that, amongst many reasons, is why we chose to use the logo, man. The lion represents strength, of course, fearlessness, but more than anything, it is his mentality. Because in actuality, tigers are smarter and bigger and stronger, right? But when you have a mentality of, I don't care how big this tiger is, I don't care how smart you are, I don't care what school you went to, that's fine, you went to Harvard, I don't care, I'm still eating you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I feel
you went to Yale, great. That's fantastic. You're gonna taste great with A1. I like A1. I don't know if I talked to my friend the other day. He said he thinks you taste better with lemon pepper. We've been arguing as to what flavor we're gonna use to eat you, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter that you went to Yale. I don't care. I'm hungrier than you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I see.
So that's what the line represents, man. I hope, we've clarified that. I can go on and on with the line. A lot of people use this line in reference. Of course, a lot of countries use the line as their logo. A lot of people, of course, will take the line and use it. This is just our version of it, and this is what the line represents
for Lion Impact.
Absolutely.
So Lion Impact has a whole bunch of analogies, right? You would say?
Absolutely.
Man, and one of the many great analogies that we also use is the pizza and tacos example.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Right.
What does the pizza and tacos represent for?
Okay. Yes, awesome, man. So let's take this for example now. So my name is Life, right?
Okay. And
I'm going to offer you something. Okay. So Estevan, my name is Life. What would you prefer? Pizza or tacos?
I'm going to be basic. Pizza.
Pizza. Okay. So my name is Life once again. So I'm going to ask you whatever you want. So what would you want? What kind of toppings would you like on your pizza?
Pepperoni, sausage, and bell peppers, mozzarella cheese.
Okay. So let me take this order for you. On your pizza, you want pepperoni, bell pepper.
Yeah.
And what you want? Thin crust?
Thin crust.
Thin crust?
Yeah.
Okay, thin crust guy. Okay. What do you want to drink?
Let's go ahead and toss in Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, ice, no ice?
Ice.
Okay, no problem.
Keep it chill.
Absolutely. Okay, so what do you want for dessert?
Let's go ahead and do ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah. Okay, what kind of ice cream? Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry?
I'm a strawberry guy.
You're a strawberry guy. No problem.
Yeah.
So let me go back with this order here. So once again, my name is Life, guys. Remember this. You want a thin crust pizza?
Thin crust
pizza, pepperoni, bell pepper, right? You want extra cheese on that, right? Yeah. And you want a Dr. Pepper with ice, right? And you want a strawberry
ice cream.
Yeah. Awesome. So now, as I present this to you, I put it out there on the table for you. I give you everything that you want, right? And just as you're about to take a bite out of the cheesy pepperoni pizza, and you got your tongue out and the cheese is going from the plate to the pizza, you look across right behind me and you see somebody you recognize about 5 tables down. And you put the pizza down. And you look at him and you see he's got a table as long as this. His table is about 10 feet long. And on his table, he's got steak. He's got food he can't even pronounce. He's got Moe. He's got Gatorade. He's got champagne here, right?
Yeah.
He's got all types of ice cream, right? He's got 31 flavors. You only got strawberry. He's got 31 flavors, right? He's got filet mignon. He's shrimp. You name it. He's got it on his table. Yeah. So you look at me. Because he's from the same neighborhood as you, right? You recognize that dude. Same age, same neighborhood, same street, same circumstances. So you're looking at me like as Life, right? You look at me, you say, what?
Why don't I have that?
Right. What happened?
Yeah.
So I look back, right? And I go, Eddie over there, that you grew up next to, I offered him the same thing that I offered you. I offered you guys pizza and tacos because this is how you guys grew up. You grew up on pizza and tacos. I didn't want to shock the system. That's what your mom and dad offered you guys. That's what you guys grew up on. So now that's what I'm offering you as Life, right? Because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in most cases, right? So in most cases, you're going to kind of live in the same neighborhoods as your mom and dad. You're going to, you kind of structure your life based around how they kind of grew up. Mm-hmm. So because my name is Life, you're an adult now, I need to offer you something, or I will put something in your life. Mm-hmm. So I look at you and I tell you, well, Eddie was offered the same thing, pizza or tacos. But when I asked Eddie what he wanted, he looked at me and said, I don't want either one. And I said, okay, Eddie, well, what do you want? And Eddie pulled out a sheet of paper. Wow, hit the floor. Yeah. And man, he had it. It was so beautiful. It was an alphabetical order, starting from the top. Yeah. And he told me everything he wanted. He said, I want steak. I want 2 of them, a well done, and I want a medium rare. Mm-hmm. Right? He told me, and I want one from one restaurant. I want one from the other one. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. Life doesn't even argue with you. My name is Life. I'm not going to sit and argue with you. Yeah. You know what you want. Yeah. Right? So the pizza and tacos theory is to know what you want in life. Mm-hmm. Right? Otherwise, life will place something in your life and you're not going to like it. So it's kind of like going to Walmart. Yeah. You go to Walmart, you have things in Walmart that'll kill you. Yeah. And you have foods at Walmart that will perhaps extend your life, mm-hmm. right? Based upon what you put in your basket. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you have to go to Walmart and select the best apples. See, a lot of people, they go to Walmart, they see, a tub of apples, if you will, yeah. and you just kind of got to manage whatever you see. And they're all nasty apples, right? They all look like tomatoes. You're sitting there like, so what do most people do? Most people just kind of pick, I guess I'll just take this one, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? But in actuality, you're supposed to go to Walmart and go, I don't want none of these apples. And you look at the dude that was working the produce, mm-hmm. you say, hey, my man. He looks at you, what's up? Hey, look, man, take me to the back and give me the good apples. Yeah. He's looking at you like, at first he looks at you and says, sir, this is all we have. I don't know what you're talking about. You go, no, look here, man, stop that. Yes. Come on, stop this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go get the good apples.
You want to go to the back, huh?
I want to go to the back, get the good apples, right? Yeah. So he's reluctant at first, right? But then eventually he sees you're determined.
Yeah, the persistence.
Absolutely. I'm not going anywhere without these fresh apples.
That's right.
So he looks at you and he kind of looks around and he says, damn, I mean, all right, come on. Yeah. Right? And you get to the back and then you see it's nothing but great apples and you're looking at the other people, right?
Still picking from the bad apples.
Right. But then you get back there and you see a few other people that you recognize like, oh, it's not just me here. I see that these are all the determined people getting the good apples, mm-hmm. right? And everybody else just accepts what is there. Life will offer you heroin. Mm-hmm. There's no life doesn't do this whole good and bad. No, yeah. Life will offer you heroin. That doesn't mean you have to take it.
True.
Right? So with pizza and tacos, it's about understanding to tell life exactly what you want and how you want it. Design your life before you actually even live it, mm-hmm. right?
And be determined enough to go and get it.
Absolutely.
And be able to take them no's mm-hmm. and still go ahead and still go and get what you want.
Absolutely. I like to always say this, a great point. Mm-hmm. For every one no you get in life, you have to be able to, for every yes you get in life, mm-hmm. for one yes, you have to eat 10 no's behind it. Yeah. So if you want 2 yeses, mm-hmm. that's 20 no's right there.
20 no's right.
And you got to be able to eat them, right? The no's are going to make you better. So I like to say that all the time. Mm-hmm. For every yes you want in life, you have to be able to eat and swallow 10 no's. Mm-hmm. So when I want something in life and I see a plate, I tell them all the time, look, man, you give me 2 plates of no. I want 50 no's on my table here. Mm-hmm. Just bring me the what? Bring me the A1. Oh, bring me the barbecue sauce. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna get comfortable in the no. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of things people don't understand. I realize you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. Right. So when Cam set all this up for us, I had kind of the jitters and I was nervous, right? Yeah. But you have to be able to prepare yourself for that failure, eat those no's, because those same things are the gems that are actually going to perfect your craft, perfect your skills. You got to get them out of the way. Mm-hmm. Very much like working on a jumper.
Awesome. Another analogy that we also use over here at Lion Impact is that gladiator speech. And that's actually my personal favorite, So for our viewers here, let's go ahead and break that down to them. Let them know a little bit about what that is as far as being a gladiator.
Right. Absolutely, man. The gladiator speech. The gladiator has to do with 3 main positions in life. Mm-hmm. So the first position is the audience, if you will, the spectators, mm-hmm. right? And in the stands, you have the hooligans, you have the dreamers, and you have the naysayers, if you will.
Okay.
And they're all sitting and they're all watching. And then down below, you've got the gladiators. And then across the street, if you will, or excuse me, on the other side of the arena, if you will, you have the kings and the queens, and they're sitting at the table and they're decked out and they're beautiful and they're glorious and they've just got it. They seem to have it all.
Up there at that high table.
Absolutely, at the high table.
Yeah.
And the gladiators and the spectators are all looking to be kings and queens. So this is the focal point. It's to try to become a king and a queen in your own right. Yeah. In your own lane. But the only way you can be that king or queen is by leaving the stands and deciding to become a gladiator, right? But a lot of people will never leave those stands because they see the gladiators at times down there. They don't make it. They get devoured, right? In the arena. So eventually at some point, you're sitting there in your life and to your left, you got a naysayer. Everything is, oh man, you can't do this, you can't do that because they couldn't do it. Now they're always going to tell you couldn't do it, right?
So a bunch of excuses on your left.
Right. To your right, you got the hater, right? They got a different type of job, right? And it's nothing, they're haters. It's not that whole deal. It's they have a job, very much like a fly. So let's say that you make a beautiful meal for your your lady or something, right? Yeah. And then, you decide, okay, well, let me crack a window open because the kitchen's kind of steamy. Yeah. So you just want to let some of that smell out of the kitchen. You go take a quick shower. You come back, flies are all over your well-cooked meal. Yeah. You mad at the flies or you mad at yourself?
I'd be mad at myself.
Absolutely. Why? The flies operated on instinct. Yeah. They smelled the food. They saw an open window. Yeah. They saw, Esteban clearly wants us to eat his food. Yeah. It's clear. He cares about us, right? Haters have a particular job, right? And their job is to distract you, right? To be the ability to be able to ignore them and persist, even when they're saying certain things, right? And here's the thing about haters. They carry many faces. Sometimes they're your girlfriend. Oh. Sometimes they're your boyfriend. Sometimes it's your brother. So it's not just always so clear. Sometimes it's hidden hatred, right? So you even got to watch the ones close to you. Absolutely, because it's not just so up and up front at times. Sometimes it can be kind of hidden and it's subtle, right? And then you don't really know how to feel about it because you think they love you. Of course. And in fact, they may actually love you, but there's also a part of them that's kind of like, dang, he or she, it appears like they may be destined for greatness or they're trying to be great. And I can't, you're exposing me when you're going after your goal. You're exposing me because I don't want to go after mine. Or I'm struggling to, right? So you have to get fed up of the person to your right and the person to your left, and also sitting in that same seat, which could be that 9 to 5 that you hate so much, right? And I love this. Les Brown talks about 9 to 5s, and he says that most people suffer their first heart attacks on Monday mornings going into jobs that they hate. So to follow your purpose in life and what it is that you want to do could perhaps extend your life. So to this example, you got to get fed up. And you got to be able to rise up out of your seat and decide, I want to be a gladiator, right? So that's the first position. Yeah. Once you leave the stands and you go down into the arena. Ooh, okay. Right? Yeah. You're going to meet some people down there. Yeah. You're going to meet a whole bunch of obstacles down there. Very much like, if you ever seen the Gladiator with Russell. Absolutely. Yeah, Russell Crowe. You're down there and you got random tigers running around. You got other gladiators running around. You got lions. You got lions running around, right? Lions running around there. And you have to multitask all these things because each thing, the tigers may represent your children. Right. And then the gorilla, if there is one in there, represents, your girlfriend. Oh, right. Okay. Which could be a type of distraction, if you will. So you have all these things in the arena, and thus you still have to try to go after your purpose. So now, who is the main challenger in the arena, though? It's life. Life is the person that's in there. Now, life is the undefeated champion. Life is never lost. So I know what you're thinking. If life is never lost, how did those kings and queens get up there? Well, because life it is the undefeated champion. It is never lost, right? Mm-hmm. So I know you're probably thinking and wondering, well, if life is never lost, how do you become a king and a queen? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to explain that now. Life is going to watch you have to defeat the tiger, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to have to defeat the gorilla in there. Yeah. You're going to have to defeat other gladiators in there, right? Mm-hmm. And thus, you're going to have to still face life. So I want you to imagine this. In that arena, mm-hmm. you got this 50-foot giant, mm-hmm. and he's made out of pure gold, bronze, right? And that's life standing in there. Mm-hmm. And so you're looking up. And you're like, oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Life could smell you before you got into the arena. Mm-hmm. And it can smell whether you even are, if you're afraid or not. Yeah. It knows if you're really about this, right? So imagine now, you're fed up. Mm-hmm. You got a chip on your shoulder. You've been sitting up there for 15 years. You're like, man, I'm done with the 9 to 5. I'm done with, kicking it with people who don't want the best for me. Mm-hmm. Naysayers. Hey, I'm done. I don't care if I got to be my own friend. I'd rather die in the arena than to die up there because, hey, you know what? I love what Les Brown says. He said it's a quiet secret. He says you can't get out of life alive. Right? You can either die in the bleachers or you could die in the field. Might as well come on the field and have a great time. There you go. So when I first heard that from Les Brown, I really loved it. It was great. And to this example, you got to get fed up sitting out there in the stands. You got to be fed up with everything. Going down there, you can't take any friends with you. It's just you. Mm-hmm. So when you get down there, you're looking at this 20-foot giant, 50-foot giant called life. Mm-hmm. It punches you the first time. Wow! And you fly across the arena, right? Yeah. And all your armor just comes off. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And life just looks at you. Mm-hmm. And life expects you to do one thing. Quit. Yes, absolutely. Expects you to quit. It wants to know. Mm-hmm. Are you really about this or not? Are you just saying you're about this? Mm-hmm. How bad do you actually want it? Mm-hmm. So E.T., he talks about, you heard the story about this guru. Mm-hmm. The guru tells the guy, you want to be successful? He says, if you want to be successful, I can't remember, it's not verbatim here, word for word, but he says, if you want to be successful, I want you to meet me at the beach tomorrow morning, right? So he meets him at the beach, right? Mm-hmm. Just thinking, man, what does being at the beach and me being successful have to do? And what do they have in common? Yeah. So he meets him at the beach, right? And then the next day he gets there, he says, all right, now walk into the water, right? Mm-hmm. Guy walks into the water. He gets in about knee deep. He's looking at the guru like, this is crazy, right? Yeah. So he tells him, he says, man, you know what? This is crazy. Guy says, hey, keep going. Mm-hmm. Right? So how's the story go? He goes like my neck down. He goes my neck deep. Yeah. Right? So he's neck up into this water. Yeah. And what's the guru do? Guru goes in there. Dunks him down. Right? Mm-hmm. So he's dumping him down. And what's the dude start doing? Drowning. He's fighting for what? Air. He's fighting for air. Yeah. So he comes up. Guru looks at him and says, you got to want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe. Facts. Well, to my example, you got to want to defeat life, or just die in the arena. You got to say to yourself, I'm letting you know something. I'm ready to die in here, period. I'm ready to die in here. So you do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. So life is looking at you like, man. So the interesting thing about life is that while you're in your bed at home, sleeping, turtle toes are curling, you got the blanket over that one right shoulder. That one chair. Right. Yeah, you tucked in. Right. Life is sitting there just waiting on you, right? Like, he gonna be waking up in a few. He'll be waking up in a few, right? And as soon as your alarm goes off, life just kind of looks at you, cocks his shoulder back, knocks you right back out again. And then you wake up like, right? Mm-hmm. And that blow is the reminder of all the obstacles you're facing in your life. Mm-hmm. So life is punching you over and over and over again. 12 years straight, 12 months straight. This life is just whooping on you. Yeah. And then one day, you get up again. You bloodied up. You can barely stand. And life looks at you and says, man, no matter what I do to Estefan, he keeps rising. And that's when you win. Life has got to be tired of whooping your butt. You got to make life tired of beating. So you got to get tired. You got to get life tired of beating you down. Absolutely. You got to wear life out. Yeah. To where it's like, look, man, just go. Absolutely. Then what life does. It says, you know what? That's fine. Come here, man.
Yeah.
And it shows you to the kings and the queens table. And your name is written down in gold. Right. Right. And you're decorated with the best of linens. Gucci, you name it, whatever your take is, right? And when you have that seat, you look to your left and your right, it's different from when you were over there at the stands. See, now, because when you look to your left and your right, you got to understand, you're around other lions. You are now at the king's table. This is the royal table. And everybody at this table is going to respect you because they understand you don't get here by accident. No. This is intentional living. You were intentional. You had to fight for that. Absolutely. Yeah. So you can't fake this. It's either you're about this life or you're not about this life. Okay. So these kings and queens are going to look at you and pay you all the respect you need. Now, life was beating up on you so much because not only did it want to get you to the king's table or the royal table, if you will, but it wanted to keep you at the royal table. See, a lot of people, they want to get to a particular place in life. It's not just about getting there, right? So you got Michael Jordan with the Chicago Bulls. It's not just about winning a ring. It's about staying on top. You don't want to just get to the top and then fall off. There's the point of that. You want to get to the top and be able to stay on top, right? And even find another mountain to climb. So that's the whole gladiator theory. Waking up every single day, being a warrior in your own life and understanding I'm not going to let anyone get in my way, anything get in my way, whether that be mentally, physically, whatever it may be. I got to wake up every single day and follow my map to success. Don't just get up and go, just be gone. Before when you get up in the morning from now on, right? Get up and the first thing you should do is say, okay, wait a minute, where's the roadmap? Where's the map? I mean, would you hear that saying, would you ever get on an airplane if a pilot came out of the cockpit and said, hey, Estevan, I'm sorry, I don't know where I'm going. Would you follow that pilot? No. Absolutely not. Yeah. Why should anybody follow you? Why should you follow yourself? You don't even know where you're going. You're doing all these things. You're just moving. You're a bunch of movement for nothing. You're not going anywhere. You're just like a dog running in a circle. You're not going anywhere, right? So it's really important to wake up every single day, take a good look at the map, and then go.
Awesome. And I love that analogy so much for the simple fact that, it's relatable. It's so relatable to everybody. Everybody goes through this. Absolutely. Everybody's going to have to eventually, I should say, you have to get fed up.
Absolutely.
You have to
get gotta get fed up.
Sick and tired.
Gotta get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So what's next for Lion Impact, Michael? Let's go ahead and tell our viewers, what else we're going to be having coming up in the future and what else we're trying to do here.
Yeah. So, a lot of variety of things that we want to get into now that we're up and running. I'm super excited. One of the things that we want to do here is we want to start our Lion Impact YouTube channel. We're going to go to different videos. We're going to cut different videos. I believe that everybody has a particular talent, has a unique ability. If you walk a mile, or if you just go to the mall and you walk from one side of the store to the other side of the store. So let's say you go from Macy's to Dillard's and you're in whatever mall, right? You're going to come past a lot of people. You pass a lot of people when you're in the mall, right? Generally speaking. Each person that you pass has a skill, right? Everyone has a skill, but you don't know what people's skills are until they advertise or tell you what they can do, right? So, for example, you get sick, you go to a
doctor.
Absolutely. Tooth hurts, you go to a
dentist.
Absolutely. Car don't work, you go
mechanic.
Absolutely. Dog, puppy, cat gets sick. Veterinarian. These people have identified who they are, so you know exactly where to go, right? So what I want to do is expose people's talents. A lot of people have talents. And if I can expose people's talents and show you, hey, this person has a 9-to-5 like you. This person's a single mother, single father like you. And thus, yet they're still doing other things, right? So you got to be able to get home. You do your 9-to-5, but when you get home, you got to do more work. Don't binge watch Netflix and you got to do more work, right? So hopefully we'll be able to inspire others that have that hidden gem in them to come out there and do whatever it is that they need to do. So Each video is going to entertain, inspire, and educate. Those are the three things.
Awesome.
Entertain, inspire, and educate. We've got at least 17 different people that we're going to go to. So, for example, how to smoke a cigar, the difference between cigar smoke, cigarette smoke, how to cut it, how to hold. I like to call cigars the smoking champions.
Yeah.
You put a cigar in your mouth, you look like a somebody. I might not even know who you are. You got a cigar in your mouth. It's like, man, this is Michael Jordan over here.
Yeah.
That cigar makes you look a certain way.
Yeah.
So I was colognes. How come, we got this bottle of Dolce Gabbana the One? It smells better on you than it does on me. Body chemistry. Gotcha. Your body chemistry is working different with that cologne than it would be mine, right? And understanding how to find that right. So we got a lot of things to promote and push people being the best version of themselves.
Definitely. And I'd like to also add in, we're going to be doing these podcasts at least once a month.
Absolutely.
Correct. Moving forward.
Absolutely.
So they can definitely find us. Oh, speaking of that, where all can they find us, Michael? What all platforms are we going to be located on?
Right. Definitely find us on Instagram.
That's
where
right.
we will be shooting daily tablets or weekly tablets of motivation.
Quotes.
Quotes. Absolutely. Good quotes. And pretty much
videos.
Absolutely. Little videos. Just to refresh your memory as to who you are.
Got to keep watering that seed.
Got to water your seed, Hernandez. Absolutely got to water your seed. So we'll do Instagram. You can find us on Facebook for sure.
SoundCloud.
Absolutely. SoundCloud. And
the website's coming soon, right?
Absolutely. Working on the website right now. And we've got a lot of good things coming up. Hopefully different events and things that we're going to bring within our local community. Coming soon, just to inspire people. But as far as our podcast is going, our next podcast next month, we're going to go on, talk about drive and focus and leadership. Hopefully we can get certain special guests to come out and we'll talk about relationships from both sides, the female perspective and the male perspective, and how it can be really, there's really no one shot answer to how to have a good relationship. But I think that if we hear different perspectives, I think that might help in bettering people's relationships, whether that just be a friendship or a future marriage or whatever it is with your child, whomever, your mom, whomever. So we've definitely got a lot of stuff coming up. Super excited about vitamin motivation and some of the things that we're going to go do here.
Definitely. Well, I think this concludes our first episode of the Vitamin M podcast here.
Absolutely.
We'd like to thank all of y'all for giving us y'all's time, watching us, listening. If you could please like, subscribe, and comment down and below. All right. Y'all have a good one. Take care.